but never found the breath to say. The way you moved inside my chest, like a song I never dared to play. You smiled, but I was miles away, trapped inside what I couldn't name. Love was there but lost in pause, like a tear that never claimed. All the echoes held me tight, but not a syllable inside. My silence was a lullaby, too soft to make it right. I'm aching without words, screaming where no one heard. The silence took your place in the corners of my world. I'm aching without words. This heart was never cured, still haunted by the verse. I never let you learn. The sky still holds the shade of us, but every star forgets my name. I spoke to you with trembling eyes, but you needed more than flame. I tried to write you in the rain, each drop a letter of regret. But even poems fade too fast when the page is soaked in wet. All my longing stayed unheard, like a vow that came too late. If only I had dared to speak before goodbye became our fate. I'm aching without words, screaming where no one heard. The silence took your place in the corners of my world. I'm aching without words. Every look was blurred, still haunted by the verse. I never let you learn. If I had just one moment now, I'd say it loud, I'd break somehow. But time's a thief with no remorse, and I'm left talking to the dark. I'm aching without words, screaming where no one heard. The silence took your place, and love just wouldn't return. I'm aching without words, no whisper ever stirred. And now the song we were is silence undisturbed. When silence sang, I listened close, but never found the voice to hold you. Your eyes said things you couldn't speak, like thunder trapped beneath the sea. In the hush between our breaths, I heard what love was meant to be. Fingertips brush midnight air, hearts afraid but standing bare. I didn't need to hear the sound to feel your soul all around. And in that pause where words had died, you told me everything with your sigh. Beneath the quiet moon, you sang with silence. No need for phrases, no lines rehearsed. Your stillness spoke a blessing and a curse. Oh, I heard you in the hush, so true. When silence sang, I knew it was you. We danced where shadows never fade, where secrets in the starlight lay. You never said the words I love you, but I still hear them every day. Even now when you're not near, I listen close and you're so clear. In echoes only I can find, in stillness that rewinds time. 1,000 verses couldn't show what your quiet gaze let me know. No melody, no rhyme, just rhythm in the time between your breath and mine. We crossed that sacred line. A whisper louder than a scream, a moment more than any dream. Beneath the quiet moon, you sang with silence. No need for phrases, no lines rehearsed. Your stillness spoke a blessing, a curse. Oh, I heard you in the hush, so true. When silence sang, I knew it was you. Yes, when silence sang, I knew it was you. You sat beside me in the dark, no words exchanged, just beating hearts. The silence felt like something more, a whisper hiding in the core. And I could feel it in the hush of night, your hand in mine, holding on too tight. No phrase is spoken, still I knew every breath was saying, I love you. This is the chorus of unspoken love, rising in echoes the stars dream of. You didn't say it, but I still knew every silence was full of you. This is the song that no lips can sing. It lives in glances and silent strings. No sound, no rhyme, just skies above. Still we danced in unspoken love. In unspoken love. A laugh that trembled on your face, a teardrop neither could erase. The words got lost but still they stayed in everything we didn't say. So here we are with nothing said but poetry inside our heads. You smiled like you were made of light, and I stayed quiet through the night. This is the chorus of unspoken love, rising in echoes the stars dream of. You didn't say it, but I still knew every silence was full of you. This is the song that no lips can sing. It lives in glances and silent strings. No sound, no rhyme, just skies above. Still we dance in unspoken love. An unspoken love. Ooh, don't you see how loud we were in all the quiet that we prefer? No need to speak, no need to prove. Our silence shouted all our truth. This is a chorus of unspoken love, rising like fire from skies above. No words, no noise, but still so true. I felt your heart and it sang too. This is the song we never wrote down, a melody we wore like a crown. Still I remember, still I move to the beat of our unspoken love. Of our unspoken love. You didn't speak, but I heard your heart in the hush between the lightning sparks. No melody, no word, no refrain, but I felt it like thunder with no name. Eyes like poems you never read, a breath you held but never said. Still I listened through the ache to every silence love could make, and every drop that kissed my skin was a whisper pulling me back in. We were dancing in the soundless rain. No music, but it felt the same. Your touch was loud, your gaze was flame, saying everything we couldn't name. Your silence sang and called my name. In every heartbeat, in every pain, I heard your love, but never plain. You move like dawn across my doubt, breaking in when the words ran out. I reached for truths we didn't write, still they bloom beneath the night. No violins, no crowded lines, just the echo of your hand in mine. We swayed between what's lost and found. In silence, love became the sound. Still, thicker more in the soundless rain. Hearts shouting where our lips refrain. The quiet kissed away the pain and said it all again, again. Where love was loud with no disdain. No need for words, no need to explain. We spoke in silence, and silence remained. So if they ask me what you meant, I'll say we spoke in quiet dissent. In every drop, in every strain, we were dancing in the soundless rain. I watched your shadow leave the room, but your warmth still danced in every corner. I tried to speak, but every sound fell quiet like a broken mourner. Your name stays stuck behind my lips, like raindrops pressed against the glass. Each heartbeat's just a memory of a truth I couldn't let pass. So I hold the hush like it's your hand, where your goodbye still softly stands. When silence sang, I heard you cry. The words I lost still close my skies. They live and breathe behind my eyes, behind my eyes, behind my eyes, where all your echoes lie. I trace the air you used to breathe, like whispers left in tangled sheets. I wear your silence like perfume, it lingers where my soul repeats. Midnight plays your laughter low, a haunting tune that only I know. The quiet burns, but I don't speak. I let it scream inside the deep. When silence sang. I heard you cry. The words I lost still close my skies. They live and breathe behind my eyes, behind my eyes. You never really said goodbye. You're just a silence in disguise when silence sang. And I still hear you behind my eyes. The room still holds your shadow's grace, your coffee cup in the same place. No final words, just breath held tight, the air too thick to say goodnight. A song we love fades in the air, but now it's empty, you're not there. I reached for sound but found the sky painted with frozen notes of goodbye. Frozen notes, frozen time. Every beat was yours and mine. In the silence I still cry. Frozen notes of goodbye. Frozen notes of goodbye. Your silence sang our last goodbye. The echoes walk where words once stood, like winter trees in quiet wood. No screaming fight, no last refrain, just silence humming through the pain. Whispers melt beneath the ice, but hearts don't break just once or twice. I'd scream your name into the night, but even echoes don't reply. Frozen notes, frozen time. Every beat was yours and mine. In the silence I still cry. Frozen notes of goodbye. Frozen notes of goodbye. Now silence is my last reply. And when silence sang, I knew I lost more than words could ever do. I watched you fade into the dusk. No words, no fight, just quiet hush. Your hand slipped out from holding mine, like autumn leaves lost in time. The clock kept ticking, but we froze in spaces only silence knows. A love so loud it couldn't speak. It cracked the air, then left me weak. Now every night I trace the line of what we were in quiet signs. Your voice, a shadow in the breeze, still haunts me in my memories. You were the ghost of a whispered touch, a breath I held when it hurt too much. You were the pause between each cry, the echo soft when I said goodbye. And I still feel your shape. In moonlight's arms, there's no escape. Your laughter lingers in the hall, but now it barely breathes at all. I reach for things I cannot name, the tender chill that speaks your name. Our symphony in minor keys still plays beneath my memories. And though I walk through crowded air, your absence dances everywhere. A silence stitched with what we lost, too deep to measure, feel, or cross. You were the ghost of a whispered touch, a breath I held when it hurt too much. You were the pause between each cry, the echo soft when I said goodbye. And I still feel your silent scream, like thunder trapped inside a dream. You were the ghost I clutch, the ghost of a whispered touch. If silence could sing, it'd sing your name. In every stillness I feel the flame. You left no words, but you left a sound, a quiet that shakes the ground. You were the ghost of a whispered touch, a breath I held when it hurt too much. You were the pause between each cry, the echo soft when I said goodbye. And I still feel your silent scream, like thunder trapped inside a dream. You were the ghost I clutch, the ghost of a whispered touch. Still here, still here, still here. I watched your shadow in the light, your silence louder than the night. No words were spoken, but I heard a symphony in every word you never said. The way you looked, the way you stayed, said everything we couldn't say. You were humming without a voice, like the wind that never makes a noise. Still it wrapped around my soul, made the broken parts feel whole. You were louder than the noise, with a hush that made the world rejoice. I was drowning in your choice of humming without a voice. Your hand in mine, no need to speak. Beside it still played. You were humming without a voice, still I hear it like a sacred noise. In the echoes of my room, in the hush before the bloom, you were louder than the cries. You still haunt my silent skies. In the ache I find the poise. You're humming without a voice. You're humming without a voice. Still humming without a voice. You looked away, but your eyes stayed on the edge of something we couldn't say. The room was quiet, but it rang with everything we couldn't hang. No thunder rolled, no breaking glass, just breathless seconds that wouldn't pass. I felt the weight of words unsent, heavy like a last lament. And I knew in that stillness, love was louder than the sound. Every beat between the silence was where the truth was found. In the pause between our hearts, I heard the echo of your scars. No need to speak, no need to cry. Our silence sang, and that was why the quiet told me who you are. In the pause between our hearts. You reached for me, but didn't touch. Still I felt it just as much. The space between your breath and mine was louder than a spoken line. And though your lips had not confessed, I saw your truth and your unrest. The kind of love that never shouts, but lingers along and never doubts. And I knew in your stillness you were saying don't let go. Not in words but in the silence, where the realest feelings grow. In the pause between our hearts, I heard the echo of your scars. No need to speak, no need to cry. A silence sang, and that was why the quiet told me who you are. In the pause between our hearts. And maybe some will never hear the way your love is drawing near, but I have learned to read the hush, the aching calm, the tender rush. In the pause between our hearts, we were a symphony in the dark. Every beat a silent vow. What we couldn't say then we feel now. No noise could ever tear apart what lives in the pause between our hearts. So let the silence sing again, where it all began and never ends. Your eyes spoke louder than the dawn when you looked but didn't speak at all. In the hush before you walked away, I heard the words word you couldn't say. The room was full, but time stood still. The air was thick with what we feel. Every heartbeat, every breath, a quiet scream we left unsaid. Just the silence between us echoes louder than the fight. Just the silence between us fills the day and haunts the night. No goodbye, no last embrace. Still I feel you in this space. Just the silence. Just the silence between us. I still reach for you in sleep, where the silence runs so deep. Your shadow moves in every sound. In every hush you're still around. If I could turn this quiet to rain, let it fall and wash the pain. But raindrops only echo more of all the things we're crying for. Just the silence between us crashing like a tidal wave. Just the silence between us drowning all I tried to save. No farewell, no spoken plea, only echoes left of we. Just the silence. Just the silence between us. And in the stillness where love fades, I hear the song we never played. Just the silence. Just the silence between us. The light was low, your eyes said more than any word we ever spoke before. You brushed my hand, I held my breath, afraid to wake the quiet with regret. The night was thick with unsaid grace. A million feelings we couldn't face. Your shadow stayed long after you. A silence full of what we never knew. And I kept inside the stillness where your echo hides, trapped between the heartbeats in the quiet tide. I call your name, but the sound won't rise. Just the hush of what we lost when silence sang our last goodbye. I trace your voice in empty rooms, but only hear the fading of perfume. Each memory plays like distant chimes, soft and slow, outside of time. And I kept inside the stillness where your echo hides, trapped between the heartbeats in the quiet tide. I call your name, but the sound won't rise. Just the hush of what we lost You touched my hand, the night turned still. No thunder spoke, but I could feel a storm was hiding in your chest. And I held on, second guessing every breath. We built our world with glances wide, where shadows dance but hearts would hide. Your eyes would beg what your lips denied. A love too loud for you to say out loud. I waited for the break, the fall, the flame, for one small word to change the game. But your lips, they never said enough. Only whispers when it got too tough. I needed truth, you gave me hush. All I heard was silence dressed in love. Lips that never said enough, never said enough. Oh, never said enough. Now I replay the quiet nights where silence screamed beneath the lights. Your love was there but bound in chains, and I was drowning in your unshed pain. Oh, I would have stayed if you just called, but echoes don't hold hands at all. The words you feared were mine to hear, but silence took what we held dear. 'Cause your lips, they never said enough. Only silence when it should have been us. I needed sound, you gave me dust. Left alone with echoes soft and rough. Lips that never said enough, never said enough. Ah, never said enough. So if you ever wonder why I'm gone, it wasn't hate, just love left too long, and lips that never said enough. I watched you leave without a sound. Your shadow stretched across the ground. My lips were still, but my heart screamed loud. 1,000 words I never found. I held my breath as if you'd turn, but silence has no bridge to burn. These are the moments I never spoke, when the air got thick and my courage broke. I loved you more than I ever showed, buried in silence where feelings froze. Now the echoes rise like smoke from the moments I never spoke. Your coffee cup still by the sink. Time stood still in every blink. I memorize the way you think. I sat in the quiet, afraid to breathe. The night was a canvas, you painted me. With every glance, you pulled me near, but not a single word could pass my fear. You didn't speak, but I felt it clear, the way your silence whispered here. No words, just you in the dark of the room. Heart beats louder than any tune. Your eyes said what lips couldn't do. No words, just you, just you. And I knew that silence could sing the truth. For phrases, but they slipped away. Your warmth said more than what I could say. We danced in pauses, a tender hush. Your presence spoke in every touch. No poetry, no scripted lines, just the stillness where love shines. No words, just you. You touched my hand but never said the words. I searched your eyes for what I couldn't learn. The night was soft but your heart was loud. In everything you never said out loud. Your shadow stayed when your steps were gone. Echoes in rooms where your laugh held on. We spoke in glances, held breath like prayers, but the truth got lost in the quiet air. Only the silence remembers what we were too afraid to say. Only the stillness holds the embers of the fire we let drift away. I try to reach you, but the words were thin. Only the silence heard within. Time moves slow in the spaces between the nearly said and what might have been. If love could live in the hush between sighs, then maybe goodbye never said goodbye. Only the silence remembers what we were too afraid to say. Only the stillness holds the embers of the fire we let drift away. I try to reach you, but the words were thin. Only the silence heard within. No cries, We faded slow out goodbyes. Only the silence still replies. Only the silence remembers why. We sat by the window, hearts in our hands, tracing the raindrops like maps we never planned. Every breath held back, every glance a vow, but we never turned the page, we never knew how. Your fingers brushed mine, but no words found air. The silence grew louder, was it fear or care? We spoke in the margins, in sighs and in doubt, but these were the pages we never read aloud. Oh, we wrote a love in whispers, on lines we couldn't say, held in the hush of midnight, then watched it drift away. Pages we never read aloud, stories that love forgot somehow, still echo in the quiet now. Pages, pages we never read aloud. I still hear your voice in the softest refrain, like a song half sung, sweet and filled with pain. Would it have changed if we just spoke proud? Or are we only echoes in the crowd? Oh, we wrote a love in whispers, on lines we couldn't say, held in the hush of midnight, then watched it drift away. Pages we never read aloud, stories that love forgot somehow, still echo in the quiet now. Pages, pages we never read aloud. If I could go back, I'd shout every line, tell you the truth that we buried in time. But now all I hold is a heart that knows how to read the silence, even now. We wrote a love in whispers, but now I sing it loud. Every word I held inside, I'm letting out somehow. Pages we never read aloud, now fill the sky without a cloud. Even in silence, I'm still proud of the pages we never read aloud. Pages we never read aloud, but I still remember every line. I held my breath when you walked in. The room went quiet like it knew that every word I couldn't say was softly reaching out to you. No need for noise when hearts align. Your eyes spoke volumes in the hush. A moment paused in sacred time. We touched without a single brush, and I was never good with lines, but silence made my meaning shine. Quietly yours always, in the stillness love found ways. No thunder, no grand display, just your heartbeat near to stay. Whispers fall like midnight rain, but you always knew my name. In the hush where true love lays, I'm quietly yours, always. You understood the breaks I hid between my laughter and my sigh. You read the silence in my skin, a love that never had to try. When the world would ask for proof, we built a language made of trust, more honest than the loudest truth. In quiet, just the two of us. And though the world kept rushing past, we made a home in stillness fast. Quietly yours always. In the stillness love found ways. No thunder, no grand display, just your heartbeat near to stay. Whispers fall like midnight rain, but you always knew my name. In the hush where true love lays, I'm quietly yours, always. No echoes, no shouting skies, just eyes that never said goodbye. I never needed louder signs to know your soul was touching mine. Quietly yours always. Let the silence sing our praise, like a symphony that plays when no one speaks but no one strays. Hold me close in twilight's grace, still I feel your warm embrace. Even when the world decays, I'll be quietly yours, always. We sat on the porch, your eyes on the sky. The words got stuck and I don't know why. Your fingers brushed mine, but we didn't speak. The loudest moments are the ones that stay weak. Coffee grew cold, and so did we. But silence held more than memory. I tried to say what my heart had planned, but it slipped like water right out of my hands. And the rain fell without a sound, like the love we lost but never found. No thunder, no goodbye, just the hush of pain, falling through us like a ghost in the rain. Rain fell without a sound. Still your silence is the loudest sound. I watched you leave without looking back. My voice ran dry on that endless track. I whispered your name into midnight air, but all that came back was the weight of despair. And the rain fell without a sound, like the love we lost but never found. No thunder, no goodbye, just the hush of pain, falling through us is the loudest sound. Maybe we spoke too late. Maybe silence was our fate. But I still dream in black and white of your eyes in that final night. And the rain fell without a sound, like tears that fall when no one's around. No echo, no scream, just a quiet refrain that love once lived in the soundless rain. Rain fell, and I still drown in the silence you wore like a crown. We never said the words out loud, but hearts don't lie, they speak somehow. And glances soft in midnight sighs, where silence met our longing eyes. Your hand in mine, a quiet flame. We dance without a song or name. No promises, no loud goodbyes, just meaning hid in lullabies. Stillness wrote our song tonight, notes between the wrong and right. Every breath a melody, you and me wordlessly. Stillness wrote our song tonight, lit a spark without the light. No voice to sing, but love was strong. When silence sang, we both belong. The clock hands moved, but time stood still. The world outside bent to our will. In every pause, in every hush, our souls would speak in quiet rush. No echo fades when hearts align. watch the dusk fall on your face, the golden hush, a warm embrace. You said nothing, but I heard it all, in the way your shadow brushed the wall. The air between us held its breath, soft like snowfall after death. A tremble in your fingertips was louder than 1,000 lips. And we stood there barely touching, hearts aligned but never rushing. No need for words to break the night. We spoke in echoes of the light. Oh, trembling in silent light, where your soul met mine in the quiet night. No melody, no song to write, but I was yours beneath the quiet. And every pause became our voice, every glance became our choice. Trembling, trembling in silent light, where silence taught my heart to fight. We danced between the spoken lines, the gaps in speech became our signs. Your silence was an empty air, it held a world we used to share. Now when I close my eyes to dream, I hear you whisper through the seam of soundless space where love still glows, a language only silence knows. Oh, trembling in silent light, where your soul met mine in the quiet night. No melody, no song to write, but I was yours beneath the quiet. And every pause became our voice, every glance became our choice. Trembling, trembling in silent light, still loving you beyond the night. In every hush I feel you near, trembling, still trembling, you're still here. We sat in rooms where echoes hid. You reached for me, but never did. Your eyes a storm I couldn't read, but in the hush I heard you plead. Every breath you didn't take was louder than the ones that stayed. I felt the weight of every pause, love held back without a cause. Underneath the unsaid, we were burning bright. In the silence, love was learning how to fight. No words, no cries, just hearts that bled. All the truth we left underneath the unsaid. Underneath, ooh, underneath the unsaid. The night would hum with what we missed, 1,000 almost in each kiss. You turned away, I closed the door, still your shadow pressed the floor. The air between us knew it all, each stolen glance, each silent call. We danced around what hurt to name and left the fire without a flame. Underneath the unsaid, we were burning bright. In the silence, love was learning how to fight. No words, no cries, just hearts promises we kept, just the love that went underneath the unsaid. Oh, underneath the unsaid, where silence saying what we never said. We sat beneath the faded stars. You looked at me, but from afar. Your eyes said things your lips could never start. I held my breath, afraid to speak. Love echoed in the spaces weak. Between the hush, I felt your beating heart. And in that hush, we almost swayed. Words hung like fog, we never braved. In the velvet silence in the dark, you held me close without a spark. No thunder crash, no crying out, just trembling truths we danced around. I heard your love in every pause. No sound but still, it shook my walls. Velvet silence in the dark was louder than a breaking heart. The night was soft, your hand was near, but still the words refused to clear. So much we lost by never letting go. Your shadow lingers in my room, a whisper drowned in too much gloom, a song unsung I never got to know. And though the night was velvet made, we stitched our love into the shade. In the velvet silence in the dark, you held me close without a spark. No thunder crash, no crying out, just trembling truths we danced around. I heard your love in every pause. No sound but still, it shook my walls. Velvet silence in the dark was louder than a breaking heart. Now when I close my eyes, you sing without a word, without a string. Your silence wraps around my skin like every kiss that might have been. Velvet silence in the dark still holds me like a question mark. No thunder crash, no final plea, but still your silence sings to me. And though we never said goodbye, it echoes in the quiet sky. Velvet silence in the dark, you loved me in the quiet from the start. quiet promise neither of us could keep. We held the weight of what we couldn't say and let the silence lead the way. When silence sang, I heard your heart. It broke in time, it fell apart. No melody, but it still rang louder than anything. When silence sang, it pulled me near. I felt your love, I felt your fear. Every breath, a bittersweet refrain. When silence sang your name. Your touch was trembling, your smile unsure. We danced around what we felt for sure. I held you close, afraid you'd go, but silence knows what silence knows. If we had spoken, would it be the same? Or would we just have lost the flame? When silence sang, I heard your heart. It broke in time, it fell apart. No melody, but it still rang louder than anything. When silence sang, it pulled me near. I felt your love, I felt your fear. Every breath, a bittersweet refrain. When silence sang your name. And maybe words would have shattered the spell, but in the quiet we both could tell that love was hiding raw and true in every hush between me and you. When silence sang, it bled the truth, more honest than the sound of youth. No harmony, just aching strings, but still it meant everything. When silence sang, we knew the cost of every moment we had lost. Still I return to that silent flame. When silence sang your name. We sat beneath the sky that never said goodbye. You traced your name in steam on the cafe glass. Words were just too loud for what we meant that night, so we let the hush between our heartbeats pass. Your eyes held truths too heavy for a phrase. Every blink a memory we left unsaid. No promises, no lies, just the quiet space where every I love you lived in our heads. In the silence we shared, a mark that meant we always cared. No need for lines or declarations, just the hush of true confessions. In the silence we shared, it spoke the words we never dared. A breeze that danced across your shoulders, grace, like it too knew the things we couldn't name. The dust became a song we didn't chase. Still somehow both our hearts beat just the same. to prove we were there. You and me in the silence we shared. We sat in the hush of a half-lit room. Your fingers traced the rim of your glass. No need to speak, the air was thick. Our silence said what we couldn't ask. A flicker in your glance, a pause too long. The way you leaned but didn't stay. Every breath between our words told stories we were too afraid to say. No promises hung on your lips, but your stare held 1,000 vows. The silence was an empty space. It held more meaning than time allows. And I knew it then. Love doesn't need to shout to win. You never said it, but I felt it rise in the thunder rolling through your eyes. You trace the morning light across the edges of my mind. No need to speak, you turned and smiled, and every silence echoed wide. Your hand just brushed against my soul, 1,000 truths without control. The space between what's said and meant held all the things we never sent. You didn't say it, but I heard every breath, a whispered word. 0 words, infinite meaning. We were loud in the stillness, breathing, hearts in sync, quietly screaming. Every silence held the feeling. 0 words, infinite meaning. Your eyes spoke what I kept dreaming. In that hush, we were believing. Love was loud without the speaking. Wouldn't go in quiet shadows, soft and slow. No script to read, no lines to play, just soul to soul in our own way. No thunder, no confession, just your gaze, my confession. And in that moment time stood still.